Namaskar. On 6th May is one of the very important day, auspicious day for our profession. Keeping in mind the personalities of these institutes, the past presidents of the institutes, I just want to, before I formally welcome everybody, I just want to tell you, this is the birth centenary year of one of the doyen of this profession who has taken this profession to a great height, N.K. Bose. This is the birth centenary year, and today, I just in this August gathering of International Management Accounting Day, we are going to have a birth centenary memorial lecture in our Jane Bose Auditorium in Kolkata on 15th, which will be addressed by CMD of NMDC, former CMD of Coal India, and of course, our own personality who is from former MD of Tata Mobility Solutions. So you understand that this is a great day today before 15th May. And I'm really very much thankful to my President, Vice President and all the council members to bestow upon responsibility to take my profession in the service sector like BFSI. Of course, I am also chairman of Agricultural Cost Management Board. But I understand today, in the presence of very luminaries in the dais, especially Milind Dateji, Mr. Narayan Rao, and of course, our own Gopalji, I'd be just sketching some of the points over here. I thought that the days are coming in such a way, entire service sector is having a paradigm shift from so-called cost accounting to management accounting. First of all, my question to everybody, and it's my question to me, was thinking, why service sector? Why in this manufacturing sector we have got a lot of activity-based costing, lean costing, so many things are there. But why service sector is going to be paramount importance in this management accounting parlor? And how, being a CMA, how we will be shaping ourselves for these future days? Because today services are 50%, 55% of India's GDP. I don't have to mention, 65% of global GDP. From IT to tourism, banking to healthcare, telecom to educations, services didn't run on raw material. They run on people, process, and performance. And that is exactly where management accounting creates magic. Now, certain points I just want to focus up to you, because this is a good time for me to welcome you in this program in the first session. Before that, I just want to express some of our thought leaders in the banking sector, thought leaders of the insurance sector, thought leaders in the even capital market sectors. It will be recently, we have one meeting with the parliamentary committee, standing committee, parliamentary committee, where entire security management code is going to be revamped. And security management code is, here a lot of management accounting practices are coming. And our profession is going to have really, and we have really recommended, from our institute, we have recommended where our CMAs should be playing a pivotal role. Naturally now the whole facet is now shifting from cost sheets to boardroom strategies. So as you know all, that when traditional system we are talking about what did it cost, but now BFSI sectors, many luminaries have asked me, what should you do next? You just tell us what should we do next. Because already we are having a lot of, we have adopted IT technologies in our banking sector. As you know, the fintech is one of the areas where banks have already been partnering with the many fintech companies. Our Gopalji will be there here. Definitely he will be telling, he's a person who is mingling costing, management accounting, as also in the IT sector. Now, I'm just talking about just one thing. Just think about the UPI. What is happening? It costs less than 10 paisa per transactions. But the strategic value, what's the strategic value? It created $3 billion digital economy. A management accountant does not just measure the 10 paisa. He models the lifetime value of digital customer, the cost of acquiring a merchant, the break-even of financial inclusion. That is called strategy. And if you go to the international arena, you see to Netflix, they don't price DVDs. They use customer acquisition cost, churn rate, and lifetime value, all management accounting tools, to decide whether to spend $200 million on a series. Content is creative, but the green light is pure management accounting. So our role model is shifting very fast, like your digital disruptions, where we are no longer storekeepers and we are not scorekeepers. We are strategic co-pilots, balanced scorecard, strategic maps, scenario planning. These are our instruments to convert vision into numbers and numbers into action. So this is the first point of driving strategy. Then now when we talk about the driving performance, what gets measured, gets managed. Please give me some time because I know that this is a welcome address, but I am not leaving this opportunity to tell you something because what I have earned my experience talking with the various doyen of the banking professionals, financial service professionals. I thought that it is the best platform. And I understand that Bangalore chapter is one of the chapter who has given birth to so many management accountants per se all over the country who are really shining and who are helping us to shine. Sir, in manufacturing, you count units. In services, you count moments. And when you are talking about any service sector issue, I was just wondering, say, a hotel in Manali has, say, 100 rooms. Occupancy is 70%. Is that good? Who will tell? A traditional accountant stops there. A management accountant asks, what is the revenue available per room? What's the cost per occupied room? What's the guest acquisition cost from OTA versus direct booking? Suddenly, 70% occupancy at 5,000 ARR with 40% OTA commission looks very different from 60% occupancy at 6,500 rupees ARR with 80% direct booking. Why I have brought this thing? Because recently we encountered a problem, an issue. One of the management cost accountant, he was given one responsibility in Manali. He referred to me, Dada, this situation is coming to us. Now we have to advise the strategy to these hotels. This is performance management for services. In Indian IT, it's utilizations plus realizations plus attrition. In global consulting, it's billability versus value billing. In hospitals, it's cost per patient day versus outcome quality. Therefore, tools like activity-based costing, Six Sigma KPIs are not factory tool anymore. Indigo Airlines uses activity-based costing to know the exact cost of a 90-minute turnaround. HDFC Bank uses Lean to cut loan processing from 7 days to 7 hours. That is management accounting driving performance daily. So this is not the task only confined with our CMA body. It is being also utilized by other units, other institutes, other organizations. So we have to be very fast. We have to adapt it, creating sustainable value beyond profit to purpose. Here's the biggest shift, and the link to your theme is today's theme. I think the most apt theme. I congratulate my chairman to just have this sort of program in the knowledge capital of Southern India. The world is moving from shareholders' value to stakeholders' value, as you know. And ESG is not compliance check box today. This is a cost and value driver. Keeping all this in mind, I just want to touch upon one Indian international imperative that I will tell you. That also India is now the office of the world, GCCs, KPOs and BPMs. They run global finance on Indian talent, but global boards don't want MIS, they want insights. Can you explain why customer service cost in Manila is 12% lower than Gurgaon? Adjusted for quality, that's international perspective. At the same time, Indian services need Bharat-centric models. A microfinance company in Bihar can't use a US banking cost model. We need frugal management accounting, low cost, high impact dashboards for the last mile. That's the Indian perspective. Therefore, if we talk about all things, we have to change that. Our challenge will be think global, measure local, act sustainable. Friends, just now I want to touch upon one very important issue before you, where whole banking industry is going to be a paradigm shift so far as revenue model is concerned. And here the management accountant is going to gain the ground. Unless and until we sensitize ourselves, unless and until we educate ourselves, I understand that the days are not far off, maybe, because already big four brothers, they are all taking care of, they are taking the service of individual cost accountants in their farm. But why not us? Because when we are coming out with a honorable, our prime ministers, that we have to compete with this big force, so that revenue comes to India only. It should not go to outside India. I am just taking about 27th April 2026. Reserve Bank of India has come out with entire risk perspective of the banking sector on the expected credit loss directions 2026. It has been released. Please note the date. Please go through the circular. I request all the cost and management accountants to just go through this circular. It's going to be a total game changer in the Indian perspective, because most all the industries, those who will be financed by the banks, they will be subject to the expected credit loss mechanism, not incurred loss mechanism. You may ask you, how ECL implementation in Indian commercial banks, cost accountants will be more useful, cost and management accountants will be more useful. I'll be just quoting only 2 points, then I will leave. CMAs are more useful for ECL system process. Why? Because RBI circular makes it very clear that ECL is forward-looking, model-based, data-intensive, risk-driven, probability-weighted. And the transform provisioning from an accounting exercise to a quantitative risk modeling exercise, core of ECL is probability of default, loss given default, and exposure at default. And ECL requires all these involvement of statistical modeling, cost behavior analysis, scenario modeling, risk analysis. So risk analytics is one of the area, and here I think you as a CMA, you cannot deny that in cost modeling, forecasting, analytics, you have got the core competencies. So heavy dependence on data system and forecasting is also there. This circular isn't exhaustive. With this circular, I just want to mention that our CMAs, the future, what is going to happen for us, for the management accountant, we are the one who connect strategy to numbers, numbers to performance, and performance to listing values. These lasting values for business, for society, and for Prakriti. This session will be definitely guiding us for a better world for our management cost accountant, because cost accountant will not be confining only to the cost accounting, as our Vice President has also mentioned here today. Therefore, in this end, sustainable value is the only value that sustains. And with this, we have to continuously swim across the world of change in the entire gamut of the cost and management accounting. With this, I'm really thankful to give me opportunity to welcome all of you in this session. And I'm sure this session will be definitely a very valuable session. And I think this session will help us to make this sort of discussions more and more. We are coming out from my BFSI board. Let me tell you, all region will be having one workshop on the ECL. And I will invite you all to understand how you being a CMA will be essential for the entire banking society. Thank you.